Good evening, everybody. Hello, this is Cliff Graves from Train World Boxing. Now, first things first, we at Train World Boxing and we don't believe in luck. Lady Lucifer is from Satan, so luck doesn't come into this. We are praying for Tyson and also Alexander Usyk. But we are praying that Tyson Fury is going to be victorious. And we're rooting for him all the way. Is it appropriate for some armchair geezer like me to start making comments about what he should and what he shouldn't do? Not really, because although I've done some boxing, I can only give it from my heart, and I believe that Tyson needs to get out there and put it on Usyk. I think Usyk will be aware of that, so he might try and sort of be evasive and see if he can wear Tyson down, but he is looking very, very exceptionally sharp for 21 stone Fury. So go out and do us proud, Tyson. Right, on to now this broadcast. Now they're getting it. The social media that has allowed for too long the unscrupulous out there to capitalize on these specific platforms. Now, I have said all along consistently, and I'm not trying to provoke anything or anything like that. Don't you worry about that. This is freedom of speech, and I am allowed to say what I feel. It might be that people that listen do not readily agree with me. That's absolutely fine. That is absolutely fine. But what I object to is where you have to pay to listen to information. Now, I'm not going to mention any specific social media platforms, but, you know, I just think it's wrong that these social parasites, these insects, should be able to come online and say, look, thank you very much for contributing money. Oh, that's ever so kind of you. Thank you very, very, very much. Well, it's almost money for old rope, isn't it? And no, there's no envy there, because we are a textbook of a lot of knowledge on a lot of things. Fitness training, boxing, don't know it all with fitness training, swimming, diet and health and supplementation, don't know it all. We've got a story, okay? And, you know, we're not these generic follow me leader, let's get a podcast organised. Let's put it out on so and so day. let's rake in a load of cash, because it doesn't go to their podcast. Don't be silly. Who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? I listened to one particular podcast, and it was in the afternoon, where things can sometimes, just before Christmas time, they're getting a little bit quieter because everyone is geared for Christmas. You want to see the traffic. It took us 2 hours to get back on a 20-minute journey. They're all going into Exeter, late night shopping, to all the Christmas parties, all the Christmas revelers having their drinks and stuff, because a lot of people now have already broken up. The schools have broken up. You know, we always tell it as it is. We never come on to these broadcasts with a script. You take me as you find me. You take me as you find me. The good, the bad, and the ugly. You take me as you find me. And if you don't like me, you don't like me. What can I do about that? I can't do anything about that. But what you'll get is honesty, integrity, and no falsehood. I'm not two-faced. I'm not two-faced. If I've got something to say, I will say it to the person, face to face. This is why when I come on here, I don't name and shame anybody. Not because I'm intimidated by you in the least. I think you're a bunch of cretins. And you can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all of the time. And that is beginning to happen now. It's almost like it's done a massive, great big full circuit, and it's come back even stronger. And I'm not going to tell you how I go about things, but I can tell you something, that as one door closes, another door opens. Okay, I've used that terminology before, but it is like that. As one door closes, another door opens. You know, and opportunities will present themselves, which if you hadn't have opened that door, you would have never have known, ever, never. And we're not going to tell you what they are. I think anybody that knows anything about anything will probably realize what it is, but it is powerful. Powerful. I mean, quick, fast, and highly powerful. And it's not going to be too long, right, before historically the old is done away with and finished. If I could tell you, there's information sources out there where you don't have to pay. You don't have to pay. Okay, you don't have to pay. There are people out there, practitioners within what would we call it, the alternative health, because if you're not a medical doctor, for example, or what they call them here in the UK, a general practitioner, right, then you're something else. You're alternative, what they call an alternative health provider. But there are ones out there that won't charge you for a consultation. They'll give you free 20 minutes. And that's how it should be. And that's how it should be. If they then can help you, you've found your alternative health practitioner, right? And they've gained a client, a patient. That to me is entrepreneurial. That is good business practice. That is fair business practice. That is fair business practice. It pains me when in society we have these parasites and insects that are just trying to cream money off you left, right and centre at any given point. What was it? The great Dale Carnegie wrote in his book, what was it? How to Influence Others, something or other. But I read it twice, the book, years ago, back in the 90s. And what it was portraying is, don't be a neo-cheater in life. Become a value producer. You got the flip side of the coin. It's got nothing to do with Christianity. Christianity, obviously, true Christians would never, ever, ever, ever go into the arena of the grey area of business. They might well be highly astute, sharp business people, yes. But going into the grey area of business, which I think this is, paying for information, is a bunch of old bullshit and bollocks. Yeah, be a value producer. That means exactly what it says on the tin. Produce values for people. If you are wanting to buy apples, okay, and you have a barrow boy selling apples 50 meters up the road from a big supermarket, and you go into the supermarket and you look at for half a dozen Brayburns. They're quite nice, Brayburns. I like Brayburns. Or pink ladies. They're quite expensive. Half a dozen pink ladies. Sheesh. That's a bit expensive. I'm having them because I like them. I like cutting them with my sharp knife. Really nice. 50 meters down the road, you'll get them for almost half price. And they've all been purchased from the old fruit market, which I'm not sure if it still exists. Covent Garden, that's where it all used to come out from, all the fruit and veg out from Covent Garden, especially within the southeast. It would all be going out to all the different retail outlets, all your Braybirds, yeah, and your Golden Delicious and all that. Your Brayburns would be purchased by different buyers, right, from different places at Covent Garden, and they're all vying to get your business, right? So if Mrs. Mop has come along and she's decided, I'm not going to go to that supermarket today, I'm going to go to the Barrel Boy on the corner street down there. She has a look at these Brayburns. They're exactly the same. There's no bruises on them. Nice big size, exactly the same, but half the price. In a highly simplistic way, what you have done is you have produced value. The seller of those Brayburns, the Barrel Boy, has produced value for Mrs. Mop, because Mrs. Mop now has more money in her pocket. So Mrs. Mop says, oh, do you know what? I'll have some of those grapes and some of those carrots and one cucumber, and she ends up buying all her fruit and veg. Now, I'm a kind of carnivore now, so I don't eat that, but I'm just trying to make my point. Mrs. Mop walks away with all her fruit and veg in her little granny trolley that she spent for the week, right? And she has saved herself not pence, pounds. So Mrs. Mop has got more money now to put into the electricity meter, for example. That is creating values. However, when it's not like that, you are almost cheating. Daylight robbery. Neo-cheaters. And this works across the board, right? Across the board. Completely across the board. The fruit and veg example was purely example purposes, but it could be the same in cars, couldn't it? Car salesmen, anything you like, insurance, houses, any purchase you like, a product or service, where the seller is trying it on. And we're talking about paying for information here. What? Come off it. Paying for information? Come on. You don't have to anymore. You don't have to anymore. And in 2025, okay, not on here, not on this platform, covertly done, right? We are going to start revealing who we procure. So we've done all the legwork for you. We've done all the hard blood, sweat and tears bit for you. All you have to do is to trust us. Look, if you're borderline, this when we get down to talking about it, okay, there's 2 side hustles that we are going to be offering you in the new year, right? 2. And at the end of the day, it's either in or out. If you're out, fine, fair enough. Bye. Take care of yourselves. Keep safe. Be successful in what you're doing. Thank you for your time. Move on. The ones that say yes, let's get it on. The ones that are there, and that's this thing, chair squeaking, if you're thinking anything else. Don't know what comes out from your end, but it isn't anything else. It's a squeaky chair. I digress. Yeah, I've got my train of thought. See, senior moment for you. But yeah, like I say, if you're in that middle region part, okay, where you're undecided, don't procrastinate. Yes. We have to be prudent because there are scamsters out there. There are fraudsters out there. There are con people rather out there. And they haven't got morals of you and I, have they? But if you're in that category, I understand. I appreciate. And trust is earned. I appreciate that and everything else. But let me just say this to you, please. Let me just say this to you. Chainmail boxing are for real. Chainmail boxing are not operating in any way, shape or form in the grey area of business. I ask you to have faith and trust in us that we are honourable business people, and you'll see in 2025, okay, exactly where we're coming from, exactly why we want to work with really, really, really switched on and ambitious people that want to get there, get going, get to the top. We believe in our heart of hearts, we have got that for you. Okay. All right. So that's it. I'm going to finish up now. Going to go and have a cup of tea. And I would just say, come on, Team Fury. Come on, Tyson. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, Tyson. See you later. Au revoir. Ciao.